Right, the Cricket World Cup schedule for 2023 is finally out, right? After
Finally is a big word, yeah.
finally, I mean, that is the buzzword.
Yeah, 100 days before the World Cup, the schedule has been announced. But Raj, tell me something, is 100 days enough? Especially for the fans who have to make travel plans from not just India, but fans who want to travel from abroad.
Yeah.
Even fans in India, they have to make those changes. They have to make those last minute plans now. 100 days accommodation, not just the travel plans, but accommodation. And India are playing in 9 venues.
You know, the problem is exactly India playing across 9 venues. You have fans traveling. You'll have fans traveling from England, Australia, New Zealand. We don't know whether you'll have a lot of fans from the West Indies if they come, if they qualify. It's tricky. Now it's tricky because, like you said, exactly 100 days left to the 2023 World Cup. Even for Indian fans, obviously these overseas fans will face a bit of a tricky situation. But even if you're talking about Indian fans, they're playing in 9 venues, 9 different venues. Remember, it starts from Chennai, India's first match of the World Cup against Australia and Chennai on the 8th of October. Their final league game is against. We don't know yet. It's will be against qualifier one in Bangalore. In between, of course, India playing in Ahmedabad as well to take on Pakistan. It's Lucknow, Delhi, Mumbai. There'll be different venues. So it's going to be a bit of a juggle really because you have the Bharat Army. You will have fans from across the world coming into India to support them. You have the Barmy Army. You have a lot of Australian supporters. So you'd expect, I mean, apply for leaves.
Regardless, Raj, regardless, the stands will be filled.
Yeah.
That is something that you can guarantee from Indian fans who are very passionate. But how many of those overseas fans can travel? It might be a good thing for India.
No, you'll soon find out that there will be lots of overseas fans because I extensively covered the 2011 World Cup across Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, and India. But I remember there was no dearth of overseas fans. There were plenty of them. In fact, the 2011 World Cup final, there were a lot of Sri Lankan supporters as well. There was this one section of fans at the Wankhede. It was just Sri Lankans, and they were the only ones cheering when Tendulkar got out. The rest of the ground was just it. You could hear a pin drop, right? So it was that kind of an environment. But here, it's not just about the late scheduling. Also, India are playing across 9 venues, which is the most, as you'd expect the hosts to travel. That is going to be quite a challenge as well. Like I said, they're starting the campaign. India starting the campaign against Australia on the 8th of October in Bangalore, in Chennai. And from Chennai, the last game is in Bangalore. And of course, the first game between England, the defending champions, and New Zealand, the runners-up from 2019, will be at the Narendra Modi Stadium on the 5th of October. So this is going to be another strain for the Indian team. It's good, right? You go across venues because most of these guys, they know these conditions very, very well. So it could be it has its pros and cons.
Yeah, but I think the schedule, the organizers of the World Cup have put fans first this time. Indian team going across the country, playing. Every city would want it. Now, I saw some of the fans from Hyderabad. I don't know whether India are playing in one in Hyderabad, but a few of the fans in Hyderabad were complaining that India are not getting a match there.
Yeah.
So these complaints have to be satisfied as well. India is a cricket crazy country, you know that, and fans have been the forefront. And that's at the same time, Raj. Now is the time for the team management to focus on fitness, focus on workload management, maybe not have Rohit Sharma for the West Indies tests. No, that was a joke. But yeah, people have to focus on fitness because traveling 9 venues is not going to be easy, and in a span of 1.5
months. Why would you? I heard a lot of comments already on the 9 different venues, but why make such a big deal out of it? One, as host, you're expected to know these conditions well. For instance, Australia, England, Pakistan, they're all playing in lesser venues, right? They're
Pakistan, for instance, are playing in 5 venues.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? Their schedule probably is a little more concise, a little more compact. For India, you are playing at home. You are expected to be comfortable in Chennai, in Bangalore, and Dharamsala. By the way, India playing New Zealand in Dharamsala. So that is going to be one game to watch out for. Is the 22nd of October, the Sunday after India take on Pakistan. So there are going to be challenges. But again, like I said, as a host nation, you're expected to understand your conditions better than anybody else. And of course, when was the last time that you'd never had such a situation? Remember 87 different venues, 96 you had to play in different venues. 2011 the opening game between India and Bangladesh was played in Dhaka. So a lot of these factors, it's great that India are now playing all their matches at home, and this is the first time they'll be playing 9 matches at home, because this is a round robin format like 2019. Okay, quickly before we go, Akshay, expectations, favorites. India, a lot of talk around India, but apart from India, can England defend the championship? Can New Zealand make a dent in that sense? Can they finally win their first ODI World Cup? Australia eyeing their 6th ODI World Cup. Also, Pakistan could be a pretty good team.
Back in the days, we used to say that when a tournament was held in Asia, the subcontinent teams had the advantage. But I think that is slowly changing. If you ask me, I wouldn't put Pakistan as favorites. I wouldn't put Sri Lanka as favorites. India, of course, one of the favorites. But I think teams like England and Australia, who have been playing the IPL, who have been coming to India for the last, for the last decade consistently, will have the edge. It's not like they don't know the conditions. It's not like it's alien for them. But I think subcontinent teams are no longer the favorites. England, Australia, one of the top favorites for me at least.
No, I agree. India, if they have to win the World Cup, they look to beat either England or Australia more than once. So that'll be, if India have to win the World Cup, they have to eventually end up playing 11 games, 9 plus 2, the semi-final and the final. Well, that's that. As you know, the schedule is out. Before I go, India versus Pakistan on the 15th of October. The first match of the 2023 World Cup between England and New Zealand in Ahmedabad on the 5th of October. The final on the 19th of November in Ahmedabad. And India begin their campaign against Australia in Chennai on the 8th of October. Thank you so much for joining us. This was Rajashri Gupta and Akshay Ramesh bringing this to you for India Today YouTube.